We just turned our porch into a dark room. Yeah.
Some of you may have known that our print shop is actually an old farmhouse, and this house is not big at all. And over time, you add more stuff and more equipment, and it kind of gets tight in this place. Well, our friends at Screen Print Direct have reached out to us. They sent us over a dip tank, and we were totally grateful, but we really didn't have any room for it. Then in the mail as well, a couple of weeks later, we noticed that they sent us another package, and they sent us actually our own washout booth. Then I started evaluating our porch space. Yes, our porch. Came with the bright idea of why don't we just turn that porch, put some walls up, and just make it our very own dark room. So we can actually put our brand new washout booth, our brand new dip tank, and our exposure unit, all of that, but just a safe place where we can actually call, okay, this is this area. We don't have to use our restroom anymore. So DQ got right to work, taking all the old trim off. A lot of it was warped from the rain and everything, so it was just basically just gone. You're not going to be able to use it again. Took all those off and started making a flat platform so that we can put our boards and our walls on.
We'll get hangers, and then all we do is put some sealer, some caulk going in between there, raise it to the top, and then we'll probably need to put two more pieces of
2 4x8s.
So after all that was done, we kind of make sure everything was flat, took our measurements so we know the size of the walls and what are we going to do in the future. Then we got to cleaning, literally scrubbing the floors and washing all the walls and doors, and you can tell it was just a cleaner's place after just doing those little things and rinsing off the floor, all the soap and everything, and just letting it dry. You know, just new space, clean space, and ready to build these walls in. We knew that we were going to put up the walls, but we also wanted to kind of put these brackets, which were really helpful. These were kind of like for fencing, these little metal plates that you actually could drill in to the boards or whatever, and then you can kind of just put a 2x4 within that middle bracket, and then you can kind of build your walls on top. So we had 6 of these brackets, and then we're able to put 3 2x4s, bottom, the middle, and the top. And now we don't have to drill to the home, we can just drill straight into these boards. So now the fun part, you can actually start seeing the room. We got the walls. So now we got the wooden panels and we're putting them, and we can actually see the walls being built. But of course it was a little bigger than expected. So we took the measurements. Actually, we just marked off where we needed the cut line, and DQ got to cutting. Bottom piece, then of course the top piece, and started drilling those.
So I'll say start on the other side till that's the last piece, and then we'll know what to go right. Hey, whatever you want to do, sir. No, anything that you're doing a good job. Appreciate it.
So of course, you know, any room you want to make sure you take measurements. This house is pretty old, so a couple of things were crooked or whatever, so we had to like measure, make sure everything was lining up perfectly. And so take your measurements, get the right size of your room or what you needed for your wall. So after all of that, we started caulking and painting the wall. We want to do the caulking on the trim. We did all the caulking to make sure like nothing comes in or out, and we actually did some foam as well for the top. Started painting. We didn't want the house to be sore to like look at, so we took our paint, went to Home Depot, and we actually matched it the best that we can. Well, they matched it and it worked perfectly. So now outside you can see it just looks like it's a part of the house. While building the walls were looking great, but we did notice that the middle didn't have a good base. And thinking about the rain, we don't want the walls to warp or kind of just cave in, or we actually applied a middle base between each wall.
That's solid.
The walls are up. We gotta close this little area right here. Paul and DQ on the side drilling everything in. But this is basically the skeleton of everything that we've been working on. The dark room is coming together so nicely, and we're excited to see how everything's gonna come out. You're gonna see the transformation from a porch to a legit dark room. Close that up. We'll start painting in here, paint the outside, do the caulking and everything that we need to fill up all the little holes down there.
Now this project, it wasn't like overnight. It took a couple of days. I believe it took around like 2 weeks maybe till everything was like finalized. Getting the walls up took like 2-3 days for everything. Then the painting and also as well. Big shout out to DQ because he was just, we're over here editing and training some stuff, and then he was over here just executing, getting stuff done, bruh. So if you know, is that I just get stuff done, bruh, that's it. We started painting the walls. We actually went with white instead of black. The reason because I think it would have been too dark in there, and I know it's called a dark room, but we started just thinking like white walls, you know, if we do shoot video content in there, we can actually pop on some light. It's going to reflect against the wall. So, and last, we also talked about in the video about lighting. Lighting was a thing that we needed in there. We were actually going to change out the light bulbs and just put some UV, the light sensitive lighting in there, but Cedric got to looking and he wanted to buy these lights that he saw from Heim Lights, based out of Austin, Texas. LED on top of that. So we're actually gonna buy a sleeve that's gonna go on the existing bulbs. Basically gonna turn those into a light sensitive lighting. So
your source for prime lights. How many people does it take to install a light?
Can I answer that?
And Jesus said, let there be light.
And there was.
we got those set up, ready for install. And DQ actually mapped out everything, how he wants it. He kind of took the measurement with some old coroplast that we had, so he kind of knew where the markings were gonna be at. We basically bought these attachments that you can kind of just take off the light bulb, put them in there, twist it on, and then now you can plug in your existing light to that, so it can kind of give you lighting. We kind of use these on the cutting area that we have. So we kind of did the same concept, did that, attached the LEDs, and man, those babies look nice. So we actually purchased a sleeve that's going to go over the existing LEDs to turn those light bulbs into the UV light sensitive lighting that we need. Now these lights came out pretty legit and just kind of took the room to the next level. We actually have some pull chains on them, so in case we need them off or on, we could turn them off. So our two outside lights are going to be the LED, and then the one in the middle is actually going to be the light sensitive lighting. There you go, guys, our very own Darkroom. Big shout out to Screen Print Direct for sending us this amazing equipment, and hopefully that this inspired and encouraged you guys to know that, hey, you can turn nothing into something. Let limitations fuel your creativity and inspire innovation. My name is Gilly with His Way Press to Print, and I'll see you on the next video. And we've just kind of been going to a bunch of different avenues, and we're developing more screens and more content. Any takeaways from this project, DQ?
Never again.
You got there, cowboy? I got it there. I got it there, chicks.
Let limitations fuel your creativity and inspire, challenge and fuel your creativity and let limitations challenge your creativity and inspire innovation. Whew, a lot of bloopers in this one. Tell you what, boy. Jesus, I don't know how Lee Stewart and I don't know how he does it. I'm about to have a mental breakdown. Jesus.